Welcome to Yulman Stadium in New Orleans, home to the Tulane Green Wave, and as this city likes to say, let the good times roll, and the Tulane fans are certainly ready for that. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the UNLV Rebels, taking on a team from the AAC, the Tulane Green Wave. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Rebels will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Tulane Green Wave offense takes the field, and they'll have the ball first. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Fires to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Thompson to throw. Quickly complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
Picked up some yardage on that completion, but still a 3rd down. He'll just keep slinging it. Spits it out to the back. Finds his man down the middle. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. Got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Hauls it in. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages, it tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. Thompson wants to throw. Shoots it to the left. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
It's now 3rd down.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the 1st down. Just so hard to defend.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. Running back searching for a hole. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
At the 6-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Green Wave! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
For the extra point.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. They're just about ready to kick it away.
Set to kick this one.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. So the UNLV Rebels offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Picked up some yardage on the ground. Now here comes 2nd down. They'll leave it with him. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
He's brought down at the 20. 3rd down coming.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. Looking for space, it's Thomas. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game. There's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They'll give it to the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Brings up 2nd down.
Six-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. Thompson to throw. Got a man. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the 1st down.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's down at the 48-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
Tried to pound it on 1st down, now back to the line. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Grab near the sticks. It's Williams. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They looked like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
And you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time now. It used to just be in the red zone. Now you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
Short completion last play. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Snagged on the outside, it's Brown. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And the wide receivers have to understand what part of the field they're on. I got to make sure I have enough space when I run those out routes that when I break, I can catch the football and try to get upfield, get a few more yards. He runs out of space, but he got the catch and got some positive yards.
Thompson wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. With the catch, it's Brown. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Touchdown, Tulane! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. Man, he didn't just put it on his numbers. If he was throwing it at our front porch, he would have put that right in the keyhole. What a precise pass.
Right in the keyhole, right on the button, right on the face mask, whatever it was. Great throw, great timing. Nice job by the quarterback.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
The quick passing game does several things. One, it doesn't let the pass rush get you. Those great defensive linemen, the ball's coming out so fast they can't get there. And then what else? It gets me ahead of the sticks. I don't have to worry about getting in long yardage and predictable situations.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
And first down for the offense.
Guys, the quarter comes to a close, and Tulane has the lead here. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. They're getting this guy lathered up. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
Leaves it with the back. Nice move to keep running. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
I think tackling is about effort most of the time. It's about how much passion, how much physicality you can bring to get your guy on the ground. Refuse not to get him on the ground. That's not a big back. You got to get that guy on the ground. You can't let him pick up an extra couple yards and stay ahead of the sticks.
Caught behind the line. It's Thomas. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
On third down, going up top. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Third and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
And the Rebels will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Boy, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. Wants to throw on first down. Fires on the move. And this senior quarterback knows he had a chance that time and just put a little too much on it.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Trying play action. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one.
Third down coming.
Third play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
How about the strong safety on that blitz? Great job timing it and also getting to the quarterback. Sometimes you're going to have to negotiate around tight ends and running backs, and that strong safety, he just beelined into the backfield.
The Rebels decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They'll try the run. And he could not get loose on the run.
You're you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Thompson to throw. Got his man quickly. They almost got a first down there. Stopped the yard short. It'll be 3rd down.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside now, wide receiver. You get it in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
They'll try to get the first through the air. And they got him. He'll get him down for the sack.
Yeah, that is a great job. And listen, this quarterback's had success. He's already thrown for 2 touchdowns. We got to make him feel uncomfortable. This is still early in the game. Nice job by the defense, getting a hit on the quarterback and making him think a little bit.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He only needs a sliver of daylight. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Looking to throw. Incomplete, and they tried to catch him flat-footed on first down, but the defense was ready.
2nd down.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. It's complete to the right. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Quarterback on the keeper. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Nice job there by the QB on the zone read, because he's watching the D lineman, and he knows he has to keep the football, and then he right away takes it upfield to get some positive yards.
2nd down coming up. On the ground, it's Thomas. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Offensive linemen are offensive linemen for a reason. They're not as fast as those guys on the edge. And you can see that defensive end came screaming off the edge, got to the quarterback before that O-lineman could do anything about it. Nice job of that defensive end. Scoop them sacks, baby.
And the Rebels will bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
This guy is doing work on the outside, and the sweet toe tap to stay in bounds there.
How about the sweet feet? I mean, it's so hard to know where you're at on the sidelines and have good body control, and you could tell he did. Gets the feet down, secures the catch. That is a nice catch. Nice footwork, young fella.
Ball carried by the lineman. He's brought down at the 38. Brings up 2nd down.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. got it behind the line. It's Brown. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. They'll put the tight end in motion. On the ground, it's Hughes. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
At the 46-yard line. Second down coming up.
After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Right back to it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you got to do a better job up front right there. That run was doomed from the get-go. Nowhere to go. The back gets hit as soon as he gets the football. Hard to succeed as a running back when you get the ball and you get clobbered.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. Thompson wants to throw. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Man, and that's one he probably wants back. And sometimes you underestimate the speed of your guy or how fast he gets out there, and you could tell just threw that a little bit too far. His receiver didn't have the jets to go catch up with that one.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. From the shotgun, the inside give. Determined run, but he stopped after 2 yards down at the 13.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10.
I really like the slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. He's looking to throw it. Works the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole, and the quarterback throwing a strike.
To the air on first down. Feeling some heat. Quickly to the tight end. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. Snagged in the middle, it's White. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Got his man.
The first down pass complete to the wideout. Gain of 7. 2nd down coming up.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Makes the grab. It's Thomas. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels! Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You could see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
PAT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7.
That makes the score Tulane 14, UNLV 7.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Nifty little dance step. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
Picks up 6. Brings up 2nd down.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in New Orleans for a fun first half than you? And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere, and I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Yulman Stadium.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. Off the play fake on 1st down. Quick strike complete. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
The Rebels want to pick up the tempo. Off the play fake. Fires to the middle. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
The give out of the gun. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
He makes the tackle at the 47-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll try to run for it. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Rebels are on the move. To the ground. He's got it again. Powers through the defender. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or game tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on 2nd and short. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. He's at the 40. The 20. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Green Wave. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play, and he does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the jets, making the big play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UNLV offense ready to return to the field. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Lost 5 on that first play, and now it's 2nd and 15. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. They were trying to set up the screen. Instead, what they got was their quarterback putting paper and plastic and sacked.
But how about the speed on defense with that rush, getting to the QB so quickly? You're not expecting to get home on a screenplay like that, but, man, the old saying, speed kills, and you saw it right there.
The Rebels will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. From the gun, running back on the move. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You see all this movement in football now, all the stemming, the defensive line, they're sliding right before the snap, creating confusion for the offensive line. Then they're moving back and stunting. Really good job by the defense. Continue to move, continue to stunt, continue to get in the backfield and make this life hard on this running back.
They'll go to the ground. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown. He just didn't have a chance to get loose and make his way to that 1st down marker.
And I think fans get upset sometimes, like run your route past the sticks so we get the 1st down, but nice job by the defense understanding where the sticks were and forcing the 4th down.
Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. Guys, the running Rebels offense ready to go back to work. The inside handoff. They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Moore. Tackled after picking up the first down.
That quarterback has a hose. That dude could throw it through a car wash and not get it wet. Great job of putting that ball on a line to his wide receiver.
They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. Takes the handoff. It's James. At the 40, there he goes. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominated at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And the Rebels will line it up on 1st and 10. Right back to the well. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Brought down at the 45. 2nd down coming up.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run play action. A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The Rebels will hustle to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
The running back carries the ball. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Reads it, fires complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Mark now out of bounds at the 19-yard line. First down for the offense.
And the Rebels look to do some damage in the red zone. Pulls and fires complete to the right. Touchdown, Rebels! A great catch and run for 6. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Ready to try the point after.
For the extra point.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They go 83 yards on the drive, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away.
Set to kick it away.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain.
Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. He's at the 20. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Green Wave.
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
Lining up for the PAT.
On for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UNLV ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Red pass hits complete. The Rebels get enough for the first down.
Second down, caught by the receiver. Gain of 4. And first down for the offense.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Leaves it with the running back. There to make the stop, and we've played 3 in this one. These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his target down the middle. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
They're strong, and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. He's got it. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get to third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Out of the gun to give to the back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Second down coming up.
After the good pickup on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Picks up 6. And that's good enough for a first down.
And the Rebels come to the line with a new set of downs. They run the reverse. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
It's so easy to let your eyes lie to you, to see the ball kind of go the other way. What's my assignment? My assignment is to make sure I contain on the backside. Great job by the defense, not getting fooled, playing their assignment, making the play.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
It's third down.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He did just...
Touchdown, UNLV! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Number 19.
Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
On to attempt the try.
The kicker is on for the extra point.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They held the ball for 15 plays on that touchdown drive. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. They're lining up to boot it away.
Set to kick this one away.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the air.
No doubt, find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. Make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
You open a drive like that and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man to the left. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
And if you had any questions about this quarterback's arm talent, now you've got your answer. Wow.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Gonna run it. It's Hughes. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Brown. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. It's a draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Well, you have to find a way to create some hesitation on defense when you're selling the draw play, and they just didn't do it well enough there.
Yeah, and it's got to be the offensive line and the quarterback and the running back. They all have to work together to show pass set up front, act like it's a throw for the quarterback, not rush it, but the defense clearly not fooled, got in the backfield, got the tackle for a loss.
Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4.
Picks up. Third down coming up.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Thompson to throw. He's right on target. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Catch in the middle, it's Brown. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll start this drive with a pass. Fires to the big fella. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be thrown to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Unloads it left. Soft spot in the middle. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35.
By the receiver. Brought down at the 35-yard line. 1st down for the offense.
Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Pocket starts to collapse. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there.
And that's a really good decision by the quarterback. Don't take the sack, throw the ball away. Now, listen, we can debate whether that was intentional grounding or not because he's still in the pocket. I'm not sure that that's not classified as grounding, but they didn't call it. So, you know what? Nice throwaway, QB.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. How about that one? 4th and forever, and he just turned one loose and fired it for the 1st down.
Man, does that sting defensively. You get him in the perfect situation. You know they're going to pass the football. You play the ball deep, and you give up a deep pass. That is a back-breaking play.
Double time, hustling to the line. They spike it to stop the clock.
It's now 2nd and goal.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. He got it. And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. They desperately need to get the score here on 3rd and goal to have any kind of wild chance. Fires into the end zone. What a snag by the defense. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory.
Final score.